Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. It's your physics class today. As you all know that we have done a lot part of our unit number 3 from the start till the Edwards machine. Now today's our topic is about the uniform circular motion. Now first the question is that what is circular motion? When a body moves in a circle, we call it circular motion. For example, a famous amusement ride is Ferris wheel, which makes us move in a circle. Now, in the figure, you can see that a body in circular motion is described by two physical quantities: is speed of the body, that is v, which is moving around the circumference of the circle, and the radius of the circular path, that is towards the center of the circle. Now, this v and r, these are the two main physical quantities which are described in the circular motion. Now, the examples of circular motions are Sun and the planets, Earth and Moon, atoms and electrons, circular track, circular ride. These are all the examples of the circular motion. Now, circular motion is of two types: uniform circular motion and non-uniform circular motion. Now, what is uniform circular motion? You can see in the figure, these are all the examples of the uniform circular motion: the rotating fan, the wings of the fan moving with uniform circular motion, move in a circle. The Ferris wheel, the turbine, spinning wheel, a spinning top, these all show the uniform circular motion because they are moving in the circular path. Now, in this figure, you also seen the amusement ride that is called the Ferris wheel. Okay, its motion is also the uniform circular motion. Now, what is uniform circular motion? The motion of a mass in a circle with constant speed. In this, the speed remains the constant and the magnitude of the velocity vector v, it is also constant, but the direction of the v changes continuously. In the figure you can see that at each point of the circumference the velocity vector changes its direction, which is tangent to the circle, moving straight outward towards the circle. Okay, now v and r, these are perpendicular to each other. R is moving towards the center while v is moving towards the right, tangentially moving. Now, a small object moving in a circle showing how the velocity changes. Note that at each point the instantaneous velocity is in a direction tangent to the circular path. Now, it's all about the uniform circular motion. Now, examples of uniform circular motion is also the satellite, the hammer throw, and the roller coaster. These are also show the uniform circular motion. Now, what is non-uniform circular motion? When there are variations in speed for an object moving in circular path, we call it non-uniform circular motion. For example, when we talk about on the basis of the comparison, meaning, distance, average speed, graph, and rectilinear motion, so we can compare the uniform and non-uniform circular motion. In uniform circular motion, it implies the movement of a body along a straight line with steady speed, while the non-uniform motion alludes to the movement of an object along a straight line with variable speed. When we talk about the distance, it covers equal distance in equal interval of time, while non-uniform motion, it covers unequal distance in equal interval of time. When we talk about the average speed, is similar to actual speed of the object, and in non-uniform motion it is different from the actual speed of the object. When we talk about the graph, the distance time graph shows a straight line, while in non-uniform motion the distance time graph shows a curved line, which we have already studied in the second chapter. Rectilinear motion, zero acceleration, and in uniform, non-zero acceleration. So these are the different differences which by which we can easily compare the uniform and non-uniform circular motion. Now our next topic is about the centripetal acceleration. Now acceleration can be produced in a body either by increasing or decreasing its magnitude of velocity, which is called speed, or by changing direction of velocity. When an object moves in circle, it continuously changes its direction. This means that the objects move at a tangent to the circular path in which it travels. So the velocity vector is also directed along the tangent. We can demonstrate this with a simple experiment. Now, acceleration, centripetal acceleration, it is the acceleration of a body moving in a circular path which has direction towards the center of the circular path. For example, it is also represented by the formula AC equals to minus v square by r. The v is changes at each point of the circumference and the radius, and the acceleration is towards the center of the circle. Now, tie a ball to a string and rotate it around head by holding one end of the string so that the stone travels in a circle. If you let go of the string, the ball will travel in a straight line. This shows that velocity vector is directed along the tangent, which we can see in the slide. The same phenomena is used in hammer throw game. When athlete whirl and let the hammer go, it travels a straight distance. In this diagram, in hammer throw. In this, the hammer go, it travel a straight distance. Now, however, as there is a continuous changes in the direction, an object moving in a circle is always accelerating. This acceleration is directed inwards. In the figure, you can see that the direction of the acceleration is inwards towards the center of the circular path, and it is known as the centripetal acceleration. So, centripetal acceleration is defined as the acceleration of a body moving in a circular path which has direction towards the center of the circular path. For an object of mass m moving with velocity v in the circle of radius r, the centripetal acceleration AC, it is represented by AC, A acceleration, C centripetal. It is AC equals to minus v square by r. The negative sign shows that acceleration is directed towards the center. So it is all about the centripetal acceleration. Now, centripetal force. To produce an acceleration, a net force has to act on the system. The net force is directed perpendicular to the velocity vector. In this figure, you can see that this force and velocity, these are perpendicular to each other towards the center of the circular path. This force is called the centripetal force, which is produced by the centripetal acceleration. In the absence of the centripetal force, the object will travel in a straight line. Hence, the effect of the centripetal force is to continuously change the direction of the moving object, forcing it to move in a circle. The centripetal force, by Newton's second law of motion, we can write it as, we know that F equals to ma, and when we put the value of the a, that is v square by r, by this formula v square by r, so the formula for centripetal force will become mv square by r. Okay, now Fc is the centripetal force, m is the mass in kilogram, v is the linear speed which is in meter per second, and r is the radius, that is in meter. Now in the figure, the centripetal force and velocity, they are perpendicular to each other, and we get a new formula for the centripetal force, that is minus mv square by r. Now the force, we can define centripetal force as the force which compels a body to move in a circular path. It is called the centripetal force. In the figure, the the centripetal force is always directed towards the center of the circle, and in the circumference you can see the velocity vector that is changes at its each and every point, and it moves tangentially. Now the examples of the centripetal force. The centripetal force on an object depends on an object's tangential speed, its mass, and the radius of its circular path. With the help of this formula, you can see the mass, the linear speed, and the radius. Imagine if you whirl a tin can on the end of a string. You have to pull on the string, which exerts a centripetal force. The string transmits the centripetal force, pulling the can from a straight line path into a circular path. Now, I hope this all concepts of the centripetal acceleration, uniform circular motion, and the centripetal force is clear to you. Now, till the next lecture, take care. Allah Hafiz.